All right, welcome back to another edition of After Hours of the Shop. Today's a special episode, our first interview with somebody that's not a very close friend of mine, but still a friend nonetheless.
Of course, of course.
Glad that he decided to come on here after I extended the olive branch.
Happily, of course.
We got Josh Berry. How you doing, Josh?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Feeling healthy, feeling good. Here to talk about something important, in my opinion, and I don't know, just chop it up with the bros. It's gonna be a good time.
Hey, that's all we ask for, a good time, and everybody to stay safe, you know? So tell us a little bit about this rally. Like, what was your motivation? I talked about it a little bit last episode. I kind of went over the flyer you posted on Facebook and other social media. What was, like, your motivation for it and everything?
All right, bro. So, like, really, at the beginning of this summer, so right around, like, post George Floyd,
right?
Them first few days, and the world was in chaos, right?
Burning down,
you know,
in the literal sense.
Legitimately, and everything was going like really crazy. The protests that were hitting. So that morning after the Dallas riots, that night, everybody know what the Dallas riots. That morning, I went and filmed because I made a little movie about it, posted it on YouTube. I went and filmed the morning after. When I say I walked around Dallas for 2 hours, and there was only one building open, which was goddamn Witch.
Hey, shout out Witch.
And that was the first time I ever had Witch because I was starving, and that was the one building open. But so that day I'm there, witnessing some crazy stuff. That night I ended up doing a 14-mile march at a protest, and now. I didn't realize it was 14.
That's almost a marathon, man. Bro, do you realize how long that is?
The thing is, me and my bro, Corey, shout out Corey, we showed up there not knowing it was 14 miles. We kind of just started just kept going.
Was there like a specific reason why it was 14 miles, or y'all just kept walking?
We walked down all to El Dorado. And
the way down El Dorado?
It was 10,000 people strong. And I say all this to say that, like, I went through, like, that day, and I did a couple protests after, but the 14-mile march meant a lot to me in the sense that, well, I was physically drained, but at that moment there was a sense of unity, and I felt changed after that. Like, the next day I literally felt like a different person. I was like, I feel woke now, because
right.
Everybody around me, and honestly, if I'm being honest, it was probably 60% white, right? So the majority of these people with this Black Lives Matter march, 14 miles, they sitting over, we in, hot. We're in Texas. It's hot, and people
over 100
are standing
degrees,
up because they saw George Floyd get murdered. They saw that equality is like a false. Equality is not a real, thing. And to see that so many people actually came out and want to be vocal, it was beautiful. So, a month ago, I guess a McKinney High teacher,
right.
saw my video, and she really took a liking to it and wanted to ask me if I wanted to maybe attend another protest. I'm telling her I haven't heard of any new protests. So she's like, why don't we make one?
Bang.
I said,
why easy solution to the problem. Yeah.
So at that moment, we really went from there. But the thing about this one, it's not really a protest, and I wouldn't even caption it as Black Lives Matter, like being the big cosign on it. It's a civil rights progression rally
for
like,
every race, religion.
Yeah, it's literally like,
color, orientation.
Okay, so this summer, at the beginning of the summer, like, we saw evident that change needs to happen.
Okay.
We don't necessarily need to riot, but for everybody to come and show at my event this upcoming weekend that we see that social progression is not
happening
all the way here,
right.
But it's currently lifting off. It's taking place right now. What do they call it, like Black Tuesday or whatever, when everyone went on Instagram and did the blackout. I mean, there was over 1 billion posts of black screens. Like, it's very obvious that there's outpour of support for the cause.
Right.
So, and I wanted to bring it to my own city because, nobody has yet, at least in this way. So why not, right?
Yeah. Hey, and I commend you for doing that.
I appreciate it, bro.
Because there's, I'm sure, a million other people that were inspired just as you were, but how many of them actually took action like you did? And do you think it took that little kind of kick from the teacher being like, hey, let's start something of our own to get it going? Or were you already in the works of kind of getting your own rally, getting your own protest together?
Okay, so yeah, really, definitely like that push from that teacher, that realization that, hey, like, this is something that we can do, because there was so many. I wouldn't even necessarily say so many hoops to cross. There was a few hoops to cross to make it happen.
Right.
I went and had a meeting with the police department.
Right.
I went and had a meeting at the courthouse to go and secure the courthouse as the venue. There was these things that I had to do that, before I went and actually did them, there's probably a preconceived notion that, to make this happen, you got to go through so much hoops. It really wasn't as much, but the teacher really definitely, like shout out Miss Woodson. She really pushed me in the sense that I probably would not have done it without her acknowledging that, hey,
this is important.
You obviously
right.
show that you feel this way about it, and you have this platform. My video ended up getting a few thousand plays across platforms, and it definitely felt good to show people even a taste of what I got to experience in person. And that's why I definitely documented that first video. I'm going to document this one, obviously, because I feel like some of the stuff that we say need to be heard.
Obviously.
Broadcast elsewhere for the people that don't make it. But, yeah, I mean, nevertheless, it's an important cause. And I'm very thankful that I got Miss Woodson in my corner and as my partner in this cause.
Well, that's awesome, man. So, did you have Miss Woodson as a teacher in high school, or
No.
or you just kind of knew her from around the school community? I would say.
The crazy thing is, I guess she'd been when I was in high school was a teacher there. I did not know at all. Our first interaction was her telling me how inspiring my movie was. And from there, it was I appreciated that she commended my work and acknowledged that it made her feel away and it made her feel good. So from there, it was just, thanks, we followed each other on social media or whatever. But, I guess she had been keeping tabs on what I was up to, and knew that I am always willing and ready to be at a protest, to go and speak my mind, to go and be a voice in the cause. So I kind of wish I would have known. She's actually one of the dopest teachers I've ever openly conversed with. I wish I would have had her as a teacher, I guess. Say it like that.
So I know you from 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah,
drama.
No, in 6th grade, I believe we sat at lunch or something like that.
So we know each other from middle school, but
yeah.
Most of my memories from you from school are you being this outgoing and rambunctious little kid that I feel like always had a dream. So is this the end goal for you, Josh? Do you label yourself as like a Black Lives Matter activist or a social justice activist, or how do you I don't want to say label yourself, but more what is your end goal? Let's answer that first.
So in the short scheme, I would not label myself as a Black Lives Matter activist. I would not label myself. Well, let me correct myself. All right. I definitely would like to be a voice for the people, like Black Lives Matter, social progress, social justice, right? It's all important things to me.
Of course.
The thing is, I got this I taught myself how to program when I was 13. I got computer science background, and like my end goal would definitely lean more towards computer science. I love coding. I like programming is a fun thing. I definitely want to work in that. But right now in my age group, to see that so many people are wanting to be outspoken and just haven't had that platform.
Right.
I felt like it was important for me to bring a platform, because we are trying to involve as many voices, young and old. We're gonna have, ages ranging from like, I believe like 17 up to like 45. So it's gonna be a wide age range of speakers and guests there and attendees. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to label myself necessarily as an activist, but I do want to be a voice for the people. And hey, I'm a programmer too, so
So hit up Josh if you need something
yeah.
done with programming.
If I need that in college, no, I'm actually finding out so many college kids are taking computer classes and not wanting to do computers. So
Well, it's something for the resume, man. Like,
Dude.
hey, it's not just Excel and spreadsheet anymore. It's just now you gotta.
How
gotta
rare
know.
is it for the black kid to be the best computer programmer in the class?
I don't know, man.
It's extreme.
You remember Fairly Odd Parents?
I do. I love that show, bro.
What was his name?
Like Chester.
Chester, yeah.
The GOAT.
Dude, he had the big brain. Hey, man,
Oh, God.
you're a little Chester now,
Dude,
man.
I did AP computer science for 4 years at my high school. Throughout all those 4 years, there was 8 black kids in the class with me, and that's throughout the years, not at once.
4 years.
So I just want to put that in perspective. I know that I'm talking about my event right now, but I feel like that's another area where equality is just not like, the STEM field is just not stressed in black communities as much as, like, let's say white communities, and that's because the story is that like, the programmers are not the black guys, but for me it's something that is like second nature. But I just feel like if we could get more black youth, black kids, black women, black men to be doing programming, and not even for the money, but it is a very profitable field. It's I feel like it's the
just
leader.
what it is.
That's just what it is. But like if we would just stress that really is an option. Not everybody got to be a sports star or rapping. I mean, this seems stereotypical, but me being a black kid, like I know that's what we all wanted to do, right? But computer science is what I heavily suggest people get into if it's something that like it looks fun or it actually don't look fun, but
I mean, hey, I bet it feels really fucking rewarding after you type out a whole program and then you figure out there's 30 bugs, but then at the end of the night there's 2 bugs left, and you're like, oh, I can knock that out in 30 minutes in the morning.
Oh, trust and believe, it's never rewarding when you got bugs in your stuff. Like, bro, you want to compile, like,
no, but when you're finally done with it, it's rewarding.
Like when you get that fresh compile, without a doubt. But shout out anybody that can anybody get these coding references? Shout out. Right.
I don't know, man. So me and Ahmed talk a lot about just doing what you want, and I think that goes perfectly with what you were saying. So like, don't really go with the status quo. Like, you don't always have to be that superstar athlete. You don't always have to be that rapper. You don't have to always be that comedian. But I mean, if you want to go do those things, man, I would say go do them.
See, that's exactly what, and that's like what I be trying to live by. Like, everybody's like, I've been in the last week, so many people are telling me the kind of good vibes or sending me all lots of support as the activist, right?
Yeah.
And that's great. Like I said, I don't necessarily want to label myself, because I do make films. I do program.
You're more than just one thing.
I'm doing these things because, like, not even necessarily off the cuffs. I'm doing these things because I feel like it's something that I can be good at, or
right.
that it just make me feel good to be doing something. But I don't ever want to narrow myself down to one thing, and that's what I'm on right now. That's why, like I said earlier, I don't label.
Yeah. Just don't back yourself into a corner. Is what you're trying to do. Yeah.
Exactly. You feel me?
I don't know, man. I'm just right now. I'm working on this podcast, so I'm just trying to get it as big as possible. So hopefully people like you will be more likely to come on the show and spread the good word that you're trying to preach.
Yeah, I am definitely. I was happy to hear this morning. I was listening to your podcast. You're now in 10 countries.
Yeah, like I think we were looking at it earlier. I could probably pull it up. And we're worldwide, man. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I make these films and stuff, and like I don't think I've been in 10 countries, even close. I think I'm just in North America. So hey,
no, but we got like weird countries, which
like,
is
Uruguay and stuff like that.
So like we got the Russian Federation, Turkey, Albania.
Maybe you got some KGB trying to.
That's what I'm thinking, man. Republic of India. I don't know. Federal Republic of Brazil. So they all. I like how all these countries are like Republic of, and then we're just the United States. Like not even United States of America. We're just United States.
Yeah, our country. I mean, our country is, for starters, so weird. The time that we live in. So weird. The president in office. So kind of weird.
Yeah, kind of weird.
You know, I have a lot of hope for the future of America. Which hey, right now I'm trying to make changes
trying to make
now,
it better
right?
for
make
for your children, maybe
now.
if you want to have those down the road, or
I feel like everybody want to have kids down the road, bro.
Nah.
Caleb saying no.
Nah.
Caleb saying no.
Yeah. Caleb always says, he's like, I don't want kids, but I know I'm gonna have them.
Yeah,
and he's gonna.
Okay, I get that. Yeah, maybe that's a move.
If there was like a betting line on what he's gonna have, I would hammer the line that says he's gonna have 3 triplets, and they're all gonna be girls, just to give him hell.
Hey, you gonna jinx yourself. You better start saying you want kids. Cause I want them in about 20 years. You feel me?
Hey, adopt, man. Adopt. Hey. There's always the option for that.
Yeah, like I said, I'm thinking that in 20 years.
But adoption is so expensive.
Oh, I know. And then you gotta like the process. You gotta be like upstanding citizens.
Yeah,
it's no easy. Like I don't think they'll let me adopt.
No. So one of my friends from high school, he always made this joke. He's like, yeah, whenever my sister does something, he's like, you costed $22 to be born at the hospital. That was their copay for her to be born.
Hey.
And he was like, they spent $21,000 on me. Who do you think they love more?
Fair. Shout out your friend. Shout out your friend. He's good with the jokes, I say.
He's a weird. He's a weirdo, but you know, everybody's a little weird in their own certain way.
Oh, without a doubt, I'm a weirdo.
Yeah. How?
Hey, it takes a weird person to. I don't know. People associate weirdness in the wrong way. Like weird is good. Weird is creative.
Yeah,
you know, weird is creative.
Part.
You feel me?
Not the other one. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right. But no, I think it's good to be weird. I co-sign that right now. I co-sign that forever.
Oh yeah. Stay weird.
Stay weird.
Hey,
See, Austin. Keep Austin, bro.
Keep Austin weird.
I can't wait to move back. You feel me?
Or you go to UT or something? Or
I was at ACC my first semester.
Oh, very nice.
What a fun time. Austin's very expensive though,
dude.
Like next time I go out there, I'm gonna have a maybe 10 times as much money as I had the first time. But definitely a fun time,
dude,
for sure.
The more money you have, the easier it's just to spend that. Hey, that $3 right here, that $4 right there. You got to budget your money, man.
Dude, you know, when I was in Austin, bro, budgeting my money on the smart things was not.
It's just not in the picture. It's not in the picture.
Yeah, but like I said, you know, I feel like I done grown in the time that I moved back home. there's been a whole pandemic. And,
I mean, you did have 6 months to grow up
yeah,
after moving back.
And unemployment became a thing and kind of started blessing. So, like I said, I will have a lot more money going into Austin this time. And
I'm shocked
we'll try to play that out.
That programmers, can you not work from home or something?
Well, the thing is,
you didn't get a job in programming?
No, I was a server at Razoo's.
Okay.
Shout out Razoo's. Such good food. Serving is probably not in my cards no more. Fun job.
Not for you?
I was making it actually was for me, but in COVID times, working at a restaurant is just not an optimal job because
there's no one
they're
coming
not
in.
that clean,
Yeah.
and I just don't want COVID, man. I've been trying to stay clear.
It's a nasty bug, man, especially if you have
Pre-existing
conditions.
Yeah, I'm cool on
exactly.
That. I'm definitely cool on that.
I'm just trying to keep my family safe is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Being a soccer referee around all those little kids, man, not the move.
Because it just, like, I realized it just take one person to spread it to one person and them to spread it to one. And then after about 2 days, you got 70,000 deaths. I don't know, it's just scary, bro. I'll just say that.
The only thing I don't like about the total deaths case in the United States is, so we didn't take off the numbers for hospice people or people who were already on hospice before they contracted COVID. If they had COVID and then died of like a freak accident, so like a car crash or something of that nature.
Are they added those for real?
Yeah. So
that sounds crazy.
So I don't know, like, I don't feel like we know the true number, but I feel like that's with a lot of things in today's society. We don't know the full truth. We know maybe some of it to a lot of it, but not.
All right, think of it like this. Think of it like this, right? If our testing is not that incredible here in America, and it's been evident since we started testing, right? But if everybody in America was to get tested tomorrow, I got a good feeling that out of the 350 million Americans,
365 million Americans,
it's definitely going to be steep in the multiple dozens of millions that have previously had COVID or are carrying it now. So, yeah, the numbers are skewed. The numbers are not true at all because there's not enough testing to even really calculate that. We're going off the tests that have already begun. But has anybody in this room been tested for COVID?
I've been tested twice.
You've been tested twice? But that's 25% of the 4 people in here, right? So that's what you got to really consider.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. But then you look at, like, the NBA bubble, the MLB bubble, the NHL bubble.
Is MLB about to end? They're about to end it again, though?
So they had a 60-game season that started, like, a couple of days ago. Yeah. The NBA just started playing games recently. And then the NHL has been playing games for a couple of days, I think, as well. But they're getting tested, I think, at least the NBA. I don't know if you've seen those, like, day in a life videos in the NBA bubble. Yeah. Like
no, I have seen that.
The JaVale McGee ones. Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, there was football players in Florida or baseball players for the Marlins that got COVID, and they're already talking about canceling MLB.
14 players. So, out of a 32-man roster, I think.
Yeah,
so
like
it's almost half.
That's not a very good number.
Yeah, but they get tested every day. I don't understand how they have so many tests.
Well, they prioritize those tests, right? Because, I mean, it's clear by large numbers, testing is not good. Like, not good.
Yeah, of course it's not good.
Especially inner city communities are not being tested.
And I'm sorry, in what community?
In inner city communities.
Oh, inner city, okay.
Like, without a doubt, I brought up my last essay for the semester was about the lack of COVID support in inner cities. But, if those numbers really came out, bro, it's really scary.
It would be very interesting to see, like, if they would go up or down, like the total death cases, because I feel like that's the most important thing. The death, cases.
Yeah. How do you feel about them opening school?
See, I don't, because everybody always gets sick the first week of school. You know what I mean? Like, you always get you get a little
A little
scratchy
bud,
throat.
little-
Yeah, you get
yeah,
a little
little-
nose run or whatever. But now that little nose run or that little scratchy throat might be
scariest thing ever.
might be
You're like, I
COVID.
have testicle cancer.
Yeah.
You're like, it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just testicular torsions all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not,
Girls and boys getting testicular torsions.
like, everyone for their life is scared. If you have even a like sore throat, your first thought is that you have COVID, and I mean it's scary. It's a scary time to live in.
It's the first time where everybody thinks WebMD is a real thing, because
WebMD ain't never gonna be real, bro.
exactly. So like, whenever you were younger, you went on WebMD, and you're like, all right, yeah, I got a scratchy throat, my joints ache, and you obviously have the flu.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh, well, I got stage 3 cancer. I need 18 chemo treatments today, or I'm
it's
over.
bad. It's
Yeah.
bad.
No, and so now it's the exact same thing. Oh, I got a little scratchy throat. Oh, no, it's not seasonal allergies that everybody gets, especially in Texas during the summertime when there's no moisture in the air. They're just
See,
like, I have COVID-19.
Yeah, and there's, I mean, for starters, there's all that. There's the speculation of this. I could potentially have this, which is scary.
Yeah.
And then you got the people that are having those moments that aren't able to get tested. And that's where the problem
Yeah.
occurs. Speaking of everybody that did want to make it out to the event, I do want to stress we are trying to have masks enforced for everyone. Also, we're going to try to put some social distancing measures in place. Because COVID is a real thing.
Yeah,
but I just don't think that I'm not going to let it scare me from speaking up.
Yeah, you could still do this while being safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, without a doubt. So we're gonna have we're gonna have 2 live murals going. Shout out Nick Meserly, shout out Olivia Weber. They're gonna be our artists that day. But I was hanging out at Nick's about a week ago, asking him to do the event. He stresses to me, "Hey, bro, I'm down to do it. Give me some tape, like some space tape, like just cut off some tape for like and
so
and
people
just have
aren't on him.
Like he's like, I need 6 feet on all edges, on all fronts of space.
Right.
Get the people away from me, and I'll paint." And I said, "All right, man. Like we're gonna
do it for you.
We're gonna distance." So I do want to stress that.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
For sure.
So we really especially don't want somebody who's a young, healthy person to go home maybe to elderly that lives with them and then give them COVID, and then now they have that memory of, oh, I went to this Black Lives Matter rally. I'm sorry, got a little tongue tied there, and then my grandma died. So that you don't want that negative connection between the two.
Keep in mind, not a Black Lives Matter rally.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
I really don't mind it, but I do want to want to make it clear that while it's not a Black Lives Matter rally, it is civil rights progression. The
Civil
evidence,
rights
civil rights
progression.
progression.
I apologize.
And civil and social, right? See, Black lives do matter, right?
Right.
And I 100% feel that way. But I don't want to, Black Lives Matter it takes on many different forms depending, it's subjective, right?
Right.
Depending on the people. And I don't want to alienate people
Groups.
from other groups.
Okay.
From my event, because we aren't there to stress the Black Lives Matter aspect of the civil of civil and social rights progression. We are stressing that John Lewis and C.T. Vivian, these men that walked with MLK back in 1960s, they just passed away, and these were the last. These were the last of that original regime of American heroes, right?
Right.
Within within a month of each other, they both passed away. And
Oh, wow.
these were the last guys of the MLK group. And, if anything, my event is like a passing of the torch. Like, it's not over. The work is not done.
Right.
Let's get into some good trouble. That's a John Lewis reference. And speak up.
Fight for what's right.
Yeah, fight for what's right. And what is right is that racism is
bad.
Is
and the point, I think.
A poison. Yeah, racism is poison, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's whack. Cause me as a kid, growing up, like it was just, hey Caleb, I know you can relate, bro. It's just a reality, right? But the fact that in 2020 that I got, 50 of my white friends on social media calling themselves out in their behaviors, or even behaviors that they didn't realize, or actions that they didn't realize that they were doing that could negatively impact a black person or person of color, period. We live in a time where they're calling themselves out, and not even just white people, but everybody is trying to be more woke and more conscious about what they say. America in general is trying to be more conscious about what they say, right? About what it says. But yeah, that's what I want to stress. Yeah. Like I said, not black.
So this is going to be a very ignorant thing to say.
Okay, shoot.
Does the term all lives matter in this situation, would that be a negative thing to say due to this rally?
See,
because I get the sense that you're not trying to exclude them, but I feel like that term has negative connotation when it's used sometimes. So I don't know if that would be something appropriate to say.
Okay, so there's negative connotations to all lives matter, to Black Lives Matter, to all cops are bastards, which I don't necessarily I don't stand behind that one. But there's all these movements, right? And the All Lives Matter movement is,
I feel like
not. I wouldn't give it. I don't know how I feel about All Lives Matter, man. All lives do matter, right? And respectively, every life matters.
I feel like it was just said at the wrong time.
But now, and I have been seeing in a large scale that some All Lives Matter ralliers, right, are like All Lives Matter because Black Lives Matter is bad, right?
Yeah,
and that's what
that's what I'm trying
something that's really coming out the woodwork, and I don't like that at all.
See, that's what I'm trying to understand, because I'm seeing that point of view that all lives matter is against Black Lives Matter.
That I don't even know why there's a clash, bro. I
think that includes everybody, but
yeah, when you're saying all lives matter, but you're having problems with Black Lives Matter, is that not ironic and contrary in the basic sense?
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to understand here, because I'm half white and half Syrian, so
okay, for sure.
It's I'm a part of two groups. Yeah, I'm part of two groups that don't really want me, because to white people I'm not white, and to brown people I'm not brown. So
that's crazy.
So yeah, Caleb knows what I'm talking about, because he's half white, half black. So
yeah, but Caleb in the cut, you feel me? Yeah, Alex in the cut, you feel me?
Hey,
I try to Adam, you full white, but we fuck with you. We dig it.
Dude, yeah. I think a good rule of thumb is don't be an asshole to anybody.
For sure.
I feel like, everybody's kind of nodding their head, and they're like, yeah. I feel like that's a good rule of thumb. Don't treat anybody else different than you would treat your mom or your dad, even if you have mommy or daddy issues. Like,
I don't have either, but I definitely can't, I can't treat everybody like my mom or dad. You feel me? It's a different level of respect. You feel me? Some people don't get that level of, I respect people, right? But some people, people just aren't gonna get that level of respect.
Why? Because of just because they're your parents?
Because just growing up,
that's fair. They raised you.
Yeah. And I just maybe don't show that same level of respect.
So maybe treat them like they're your best friend. They're your neighbor.
Not even that.
Not even that.
Shout out,
oh my gosh!
Shout out my neighbor.
Hey,
yeah, for sure.
Mr. Rogers. There you go.
Rogers. No, Mr. Rogers. Fire from the Disney one.
We don't like Mr. Rogers. No,
I'm talking about the Disney one.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah,
Mr. Rogers. Yeah. I was like, I did not know that we didn't like Mr. Rogers.
No, shout out Aaron Rodgers. We love that Mr. Rogers.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Green Bay Packers?
Green Bay Packers.
Hey, they just drafted Jordan Love. His replacement.
They disrespected that.
they're doing the same thing that they did to Brett Favre.
Yeah, it's super disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, if I was Aaron Rodgers,
Get me out of there to my agent
bruh.
immediately.
Bro, that dude is like still top 3.
Top 3
He
quarterback.
like top 5 QBs.
I don't know. Brady's still in there, and he just got
All
Gronk
right, so
back.
let's form that 3 then.
All
Because
right.
like, of course Brady in there, of course Patty Mahomes in there, and then
You got to go Jackson. Just won the MVP.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's top 3, and then you add in them next 2. I'm taking Dak at my number 4.
Dude, he doesn't want to be in Dallas.
That's cap. That's cap.
He doesn't want to be in Dallas. Did you see
Dak
the tweet?
is my QB1. Dak is that guy, and Dak is gonna stay in Dallas.
No, did you see his brother's tweet?
What did he tweet?
He's like, man, I didn't like the Cowboys since day one. After they wouldn't pay him, after Dak had to hold out to get the money that he wanted.
See, the problem is the money is not the problem, bro. It was
the length.
Yeah,
It was that 1 year.
We gonna come to it, bro.
Hopefully. Yeah.
The thing is, I don't even think this NFL, like this morning, I was reading Odell Beckham interview. He did an interview with New York Mag, and was just saying like he feels like the owners are not treating them like humans in the sense that they're not gonna get on that field and be in the locker room, but the transfer between 80 guys that are doing a contact sport like that.
53-man roster plus equipment staff plus coaches.
I mean, come on, let's be honest here. Football ain't coming this year.
Dude,
so
I hope it does.
Dude,
I hope it does.
Because you got to think, logistically speaking, that means Cam Newton won't get to play his contract, and he'll just be off the team after
That's
next
true.
year. Dak could probably leave right after.
Yeah, because he was.
What season gonna be like? After this season, he could leave.
Yeah.
But shout out Dak, he's not leaving.
I don't know, man. But I can't say anything. I can't say anything. I'm a Browns fan through and through.
First of all, you're a weirdo. The Browns,
I like the
Baker. Shaker.
What do you mean? What do you mean? OU 3 Heisman in a row?
Okay, yeah. Like Baker was that. Okay, that's a. Okay, let me bring up RG3. Let me bring up Johnny Manziel. Let me bring up.
Johnny Manziel was a drunk.
Yeah, he liked to party. Let me bring up who was the dude from the Gate? I feel bad for I can't remember his name.
From where?
Gators. He played on the Gators. He was that guy.
Florida. I don't know.
Caleb, tell me you know that. Tim Tebow.
Oh, yeah, he's on the Yankees now.
Really?
Yeah, he's on the Yankees.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. These are 3 examples of what Baker Mayfield is about to be. I had hope in Baker Mayfield last season. He didn't show up to play, bro.
Because he had no blockers, man.
I mean,
he had no blockers. You could
say that, bro, but when you got Odell Beckham Jr. and Landry, y'all should have made the playoffs.
I mean,
and they run it back. Come on,
dude. Hey. I'm just gonna say this right now. You're gonna get hit with a helmet if you come out our team. Got Myles Garrett, one of the best pass rushers in the history of pass rushing.
Oh, Myles Garrett, that dog.
Yeah, but I mean, he was a gentle giant. I don't know if you could call that him that anymore.
No, yeah. Myles Garrett messed up, buddy.
He's back though, and better than ever. Hopefully. I mean, yeah. We'll see. I said give him 3 years. Give him till Baker's contract is up, and then they'll be in the playoffs. But now, last year was their year to do it, man. Lamar was still young. The Steelers quarterback Big Ben was out.
Yeah,
the Bengals suck always, but now the Bengals got LSU.
Joe Burrow, that guy.
National champion Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow gonna come out like Joe Burrow is gonna be what people thought Baker Mayfield was gonna be. Oh. Joe Burrow is really built for this. Like,
Ohio, born and raised. Went down to Louisiana.
The next big
gosh,
thing.
He's gonna be a beast, man.
Without a doubt. And we talking about football like we finna see it this year. Unfortunately, we won't, and it's definitely sad.
I don't. Hey, I'm crossing my fingers, man.
You think NBA gonna get to a championship or not?
Oh yeah, dude. They've been in the bubble for 4 weeks now.
Okay, let's play this out. You got a few dozen young black millionaires, and you think that they're just gonna stay confined and not have a social life and party life on the weekends?
That's what I'm saying. If
There's
they've
no
been
way.
through 4 weeks, and if they could get through these next 6
No
weeks,
way.
I'm saying, hey, this once in a lifetime opportunity, there might be an asterisk next to this championship, the 2020 COVID Cup. I don't know what you want to call it.
COVID Cup. It's actually not a bad name.
Dude, I feel like that's what they should do for the soccer, like the
be
FIFA
cool.
World Cup, the COVID Cup,
I dig that.
yeah, or the Stanley Cup for hockey. I don't know if you're.
I thought that was a NASCAR thing. Shout out Bubba. I don't know. I think he's like the only black NASCAR guy. The thing is, bro, he's like not even that good. But I'm gonna rally behind him because guess what? That's the kind of representation that I look for. You know, I need to know that it's a black it's a brother.
Like that you could maybe do that one day
exactly.
if you wanted to.
You feel me? And like
you could.
Yeah, shout out Bubba, bro.
Or I don't know if this is a right thing to say, but you see yourself when
without a doubt, bro.
Yeah, when he's racing around against everybody else.
Much more so than if it was not a black person. You know what I mean?
You're
and
like,
I feel like that's universal to every race.
Yeah.
Like you see, like okay, so you know you see like Syrian or even
white,
in a movie, and you could or a mixture, right?
Yeah.
And which chance do you see that? And then
I'm like, I could do that, man.
You can relate off the bat way more, and you feel a certain connection that you're not with anybody else, right?
See, I'm weird because everybody thinks I'm Mexican when they look at me.
I'm not. When I first met you all those years ago, I just assumed.
Everybody's nodding their head once again, so I think I get along more with Gabriel Iglesias.
Hey, shout out Fluffy.
Hey, then maybe Kumail Nanjiani or somebody of that nature.
Yo, Kumail Nanjiani, that guy,
hilarious.
Had the best like workout transformation. Like on some no glomo.
What was he? What did he do? What was the role right before that he did? Because he was heavier.
He was in Silicon Valley.
Yeah, or no, he wasn't heavier. He was just kind of a little scrawny. Yeah.
Like flub. No, he was like flubby because he wasn't skinny. He like had a little flub. But I'm telling you,
he was skinny fat. Yeah.
Right now, that dude is like cut, extremely cut, and like huge. Right, like.
Yeah.
I mean, I commend that because like.
Same with
I knew Kumail Nanjiani is this funny comedian, and now like he looks like he's Captain America, but the Pakistani version.
Yeah, exactly.
It's dope.
Or like Mark Wahlberg went from dad bod to Superman.
Yo, Mark Wahlberg is the GOAT.
Dude, he wakes up at 3 a.m., works out 30 times throughout a day, then goes to bed at like 7, and he's like, okay, let's do it again.
You ever see that? You ever see that movie he did? He did with him, The Rock, and Anthony Mackie. And they were like the workout guys. Hustle, like something.
Hustle? I don't know. I don't watch many movies, man. I'm on YouTube a lot.
I'm on YouTube. Who are your favorite creators?
Dude, I watch it.
Just give me a couple.
I watch a lot of like gaming videos. So like, and a lot of Minecraft videos. I'm a big fucking nerd, man.
Hey, we all are, bro. Trust me. So I watch circuit board videos. You know,
oh yeah.
I feel like that's nerdier.
Yeah. So I watch Dream. He's a speedrunner in Minecraft. Chris Fix. He fixes up cars. Who else? Or some of my other guys.
I remember you.
Dirty Dan. Or not Dirty Dan. Do It With Dan.
I remember you talking about Casey.
Casey Neistat.
Yeah, Casey Neistat, like probably my biggest inspiration from YouTube.
Yeah, David Dobrik, man, killing it.
Dude, David Dobrik is
something
legitimately
else.
Innovating content creation.
Yeah,
because
he's at the forefront of it.
I mean, okay, so to be killing it on YouTube and like probably be raking in the best monetization numbers on YouTube.
Well, he doesn't monetize most of his videos.
Are you serious?
Well, you listen to his videos. They're 4 minutes and 20 seconds long, so that's one flag. He plays copyrighted music in all of them. He gets most of his money from brand deals.
His merch. I'm realizing merch is like your golden
dude. Okay. We've been trying to do merch, and it's a pretty difficult game to get into. Like, you have to put up some cash in the front.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. It's
know.
and not just like chump change. It's like cash up in the front.
No, I completely understand. But that's because you buying a bulk order. But if you sell your merch, which like a guy like David Dobrik gonna sell out in 6 minutes. Yeah, that's a great profit.
Yeah, but the episode yesterday came out, has 15 views on it, which hey, I'm saying is pretty good. But
no.
But for some reason we have like, I'm actually pretty proud of this. 75 views in a day now. I was like,
hey,
we're killing it. Yeah.
No, all it takes is one
moment.
Yeah.
One opportunity.
That's when it pop. That's every. And like all the YouTube dudes, they didn't start off at 10 million. They didn't start off at 1 million. They didn't even start off at 100,000, right? They start off at
feel like
0.
Eminem in 8 Mile.
Make that shit pop, bro. You get
I got one shot, one opportunity.
Nah, you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow.
Exactly.
Nah, look. Shout out Eminem. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. My family, we actually grew up on 7 Mile, so. You just called it 8 Mile. I'm not kidding at all. 7 Mile. Is
there 1 through 8 Mile? Or
it's 1 through 19 miles.
So
Detroit, it's all different. One block, one mile.
Oh, okay. So it's like 0 mile through.
It's like 19 miles, and like those roads are just called mile. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 mile.
Huh.
Yeah, you get it, but. Yeah, I mean,
7 miles.
A mile of probably 30 years before, and 1 mile away.
You would have been Eminem.
Eminem was that. Yeah, was that guy growing up.
Hey, your girl wanted an Eminem, so I gave her an Eminem. Eminem, an Eminem.
Shout out Alex for that recitation. Fire.
Dude, I love that video so much. Dude, so damn, yeah, you could have. Do you think they've made like a parody movie of 8 Mile and it's called 7 Mile?
I'm sure.
And it's instead of B Rabbit, it's R Bunny or something.
It's inspired. No, I'm sure you can find it on like Vimeo or some shit. There's all these different like platforms nowadays.
I know
like,
you're a very like the content you've made throughout your movies is very serious, right?
Oh yeah.
But if you ever want to venture down that next path, I'll give you this one.
All right, we about to get started on a script for 7 Mile. We gonna have R Bunny in the cut, and just really make instead of Eminem. Obviously, I'm gonna go
Skittles,
Reese Piece.
No, dude. I think Skittles.
Skittles ain't gonna make that rain, right?
Have you ever been at a party where before COVID, obviously,
where
COVID they have bowls?
Are not the move.
They have bowls of candy, and it's like a bowl of M&Ms and a bowl of Skittles.
Oh, you go for the Skittles.
Yeah, obviously you go for the Skittles. But sometimes you're just looking down, you're talking to somebody. You put your hands in the M&Ms, you take it, and you almost throw up because you get chocolate instead of the fruity goodness.
Well, obviously,
instead of tasting the rainbow.
The parties that we had nowadays, I can't mix party favors with candy, bro. Like that's a bad recipe. Anybody that's listening and want to just don't mix. Yeah. So he gets it.
Yeah.
Caleb's
got a great tattoo on his leg.
That's just not what we own. You feel me?
Well, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. We'll talk after about this 8 or 7 Mile script.
Yeah.
But
let me plug my social.
Yeah, of course, go for it.
All right. Y'all go ahead and grab me on Instagram, JoshBerry0. Snapchat, you feel me? I think it's the same thing. JoshBerry0, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Check it out. Check out the movement. I'm gonna be posting for the next few days. Please make it out there if you can. Be safe, of course, but it's definitely something to be a part of. So yeah, make it out. Thank you.
All right, thank you everybody for listening as well. Like, share, comment this podcast, so maybe we could get more guys like Josh on, or whatever. Right. Whenever he blows up, we could get him back on before he thinks he's too big for us. But
hey, I'm trying to make a couple. I'm trying to make a couple more stops, of course.
Hey.
Before I go to us,
all right, but all right. Thank you for coming, Josh.
Of course.
And thank y'all for coming after hours.